Set that right there.
Yeah.
Just turn my sound off. All right. Alexa, ask my pod to play my theme song playlist.
Playing Smoking with Frogs theme.
Welcome to a random Saturday Night live stream on our YouTube channel. Just testing out the live from my phone version versus the live from our computer version. Seeing how it goes. I'm going to smoke this Port Corojo Maduro from BL Luxuries, our sponsor BL Luxuries. This is from this month's box, which just arrived this week. The June box, Cigar of the Month Club. And it's a little tiny box press thing. You can see it's not very big. It's 4.5 by 46 ring gauge box press with a square. And it's got a Mexican San Andreas wrap, which I love. So I'm gonna pop into this and smoke it, and then yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the shit with you guys. Now here's the deal: because I'm on my phone and I'm on full screen, I can't see if you guys leave comments at all. But if you want to leave a comment, feel free, and I'll respond to them after the show or whatever. And you know, you can also just like this video, watch it, keep me company, whatever makes you happy. I don't really care. I'm mostly just kind of, like I said, playing with the live settings and see how they work. So today, June 7th, is Goonies Day. Goonies Day premiered on this day in 1985, I believe. Now here's the thing, though. It actually takes place later in the year, in October of 1985. Not just any day, though. Specifically, Goonies takes place on the exact same day in October that Marty McFly goes back in time and Back to the Future. True story. Now, tomorrow, June 8th, is Ghostbusters Day. Premiered in 1984. And Ghostbusters canonically takes place on... Oh, someone's leaving me a message. Takes place on the same day as the movie Gremlins, which is kind of cool. So, Ghostbusters and Gremlins, and Back to the Future, and Goonies. Fun fact. Pretty low on food. Try this one instead. All right, so welcome to me hanging out and smoking a cigar. Let me check that message. It looked important. Hold that thought. That was producer Steph just asking how I'm doing. She's on her way home here from the Culinary Renaissance Fair. Speaking of producer Steph, not this week's show, which is coming up on Tuesday with guest David Davis, but the following week's show, instead of Tuesday night, is going to be Wednesday night, and we're broadcasting from the Lord Puffer Cigar Lounge in Escondido, California. And because of that, we're starting at 6 o'clock, not 8 o'clock p.m. And that's because they actually close at 8 o'clock. So tonight at 6 o'clock. And we're hoping to get as many people down there as possible. I like when we do the other big Swing with Frogs episodes. But it's producer Steph. She's going to be 34 this Monday coming up. Not tomorrow, or not this Monday, but the following Monday. The 16th. And so on the 18th, we're doing a live show from Lord Puffers in Escondido, one of our sponsored lounges. And if you want to be there live at the lounge with us, of course it's free to go, it's free to hang out. They do want you to buy a cigar while you're there, which is just polite. But, you know, you can get one for under $10. You can probably get a $6 house cigar or something. And, yeah, we'd love to have you. Now, my guest this Tuesday coming up, I mentioned, is David Davis, also known as Igor Romanov. Who's a pipe smoker? But said he might want to try a cigar this week. I might smoke my pipe like I did the last time he was on the show. That's a good cigar. But yeah, that's the plan for this upcoming Tuesday. That'll be right here at the All New Bitter Lounge in San Bernardino, California. So there's that. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay. My health is not great. I'm having a really hard time walking. My blood pressure just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, and getting lower and lower. No matter, they took me off all my blood pressure meds. I have everything to try and fix the thing, and my heart is just going wonky. But this Wednesday, they're going to put me on a heart monitor for a few days and see how I'm doing. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they'll figure out exactly what's happening when I stand up and why that's happening. And then I will be able to get that fixed. It kind of sucks not being able to go more than about 10 feet, lean against a wall or sit down. Because, I'm a little more active than that. So this is Facebook Live vertical. I can go horizontal live from my laptop for sure. And when I went to go do this, I've tried to do this horizontal when I first read it, but it said something on the lines of either rotate your phone back or adjust the streaming orientation. So there may be a thing in settings where when I go live on my phone, I can bring it horizontal, which would be nice because that would maybe when I'm on the road, if I don't want to bring the whole laptop set up and all the cables and stuff, I could just do the phone thing. But I don't know. I have no clue. So that's I'll figure that out later. We're brand new to YouTube. We literally started last week. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching this, please subscribe. The more subscribers we have, the better audience we can reach, the more goodies we get. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're nowhere near. We're like at 65 right now. But when we get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel, we get more streaming options. They give us more stuff we can do and more things we can put on the screen and do cool stuff. And that's what I'm hoping for inevitably is reach 1,000 subscribers here, which shouldn't be too hard. We have over 1.6 thousand people on our Facebook Live page. So if we can, our Facebook Swimming Frogs page, so we can get those people to all transfer over to our YouTube channel, that would be fucking great. That's kind of the plan. Yeah. So, please, if you get a chance, go subscribe to our channel. Hit notifications when we go live if you want to. If you don't really care, I can just use the help you can subscribe to. I don't usually go live other than on show nights. This is the first for me going live just randomly on a Saturday on this channel. I've a couple times on our YouTube, or on our Facebook rather, gone live randomly, but I don't usually do it. This is not a regular thing. This is like a maybe once every couple months, once a year thing. I actually decide just randomly go live. Sometimes we're doing a planned dark sale party or another cigar event. I'll go live very briefly to say hi to everybody. And we do our cigar lounge takeovers, but I don't do whole shows or long hour-long things. I'm not sure how long this broadcast is going to last. Probably just to finish a cigar, or maybe even a little bit before that. I don't really have any plans. I'm winging it, as one does. So, anyways, speaking of Ghostbusters Day tomorrow, I am, in fact, I believe wearing my Ghostbusters shirt right now. This is my Ghostbusters shirt, which is all backwards for you, but it's really cool. Producer Steph got it for me when she was at Universal Studios. When we were at Universal Studios together for my birthday. We went for my birthday. We went for our anniversary in September. We went again for my birthday, but we didn't go till like Christmas time. But, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. Very big Back to the Future fan. Probably my favorite trilogy set of films of all times. The first one especially is my all-time favorite movie, I think. And Gremlins, meh. Goonies, fucking love it. Obviously, it's a pirate film. I really enjoy it. Great cast, really fun. Speaking of movies, you guys know I love revenge flicks. I just watched a movie today called Blood and Bone, which I had not seen before. And boy, it's a good martial arts, good street fighting type film. Really loved it. It was really very cool. So it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, it's free. Get a chance to check it out. Blood and Bone. Opens up with one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. Prison fight sequence. It's just guys killer martial artists. It's a predominantly black cast, black and Asian cast. Really well done. Really just a fun movie. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. You might too, if you like revenge films. I love revenge flicks. We all know this. And if you've got any good recommendations for revenge films, leave them in the comments. Obviously, I love Count of Monte Cristo, John Wick, Nobody, Violent Night. It's not really a revenge film, but I really enjoyed it. The Punisher. I really, if you've got a good revenge flick, Equilibrium, things like that. I love it when the good guy, gets a chance to just destroy the bad guys, Taken, things like that. So if you got a good recommendation for me, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear it because I'm always looking for good revenge films. Bonus points, you can tell me where it's streaming at, because I have most streaming services. I don't have HBO, but I do have Peacock, Paramount Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. So that's why I love the Reacher series as well. Not the film so much, love the series. So yeah, it's a pretty good fucking cigar. Really good burn line too. Check this out, guys. It's like not perfectly straight, but you can see how tight that ash is. Dead ash. Yeah. So you don't tap. There we go. In case you wonder, the ashtray is right under the phone. So, if for some reason you're brand new to this channel and you have no idea who I am or what I'm doing, let me explain. No, too long. Let me sum up. Smoking the Frogs is a show I host every Tuesday night, usually, right here at the Riveter Lounge, the all-new Riveter Lounge in San Diego, California. Usually the show's filmed horizontally, and next to me, to my left, which is probably your right because it's reversed right now, over here is a guest. Now, guests can be from all walks of life. I tend to have a lot of actors on the show because I'm a Renaissance Fair actor and a stunt coordinator and a Hollywood actor myself. So I do have a lot of actors, stuntmen, script coordinators, makeup artists, directors, producers, people like that. But I also I've had pipe organ repair people, I've had bagpipe players, I've had tall ship sailors, I've had swordsmen, professional swordsmen, I've had Twitch gamers, I've had the other live streamers and podcast type people, artists, radio personalities, things like that. So it's not a cigar show. Now, I always smoke a cigar, hence the name Smoking with Frogs. The one in the background that I'll get to in a second. But it's a talk show in which I smoke a cigar and then I interview my guest and I ask them questions. Now, your job as the audience, as these shows are broadcast live, is it's an Ask Me Anything format. You can ask them whatever you want, or me. How do you do stunts? How do you get into voiceover acting? Is it true you're a nude photographer and you're a fourth degree black belt and you travel over the world? All these things are true. And I'm willing to talk about them on the show. My guests always have really interesting things. You can always ask them, what got you into acting? How many roles you've done? What's your favorite role you've ever done on stage? What's your dream role? Things like that. It's an Ask Me Anything show. So you get to tune in and ask us whatever you want. And it's more fun when you ask questions, or at least comment along with the jokes and the fun things and all that. Now, the show's called Smoking with Frogs for two reasons. When I first started the show 6 years ago, back in March of 2020, we're now in our 6th year of the show, as of March. where I lived in Riverside, California, in the spring, there were frogs everywhere. It was all night long while we were doing the show. So the show became Smoking with Frogs. As an additional inside joke, because I play a Frenchman at the Renaissance fairs, Frenchy, Froggy, French frog, that's the thing. So the show has been affectionately known as French Smoking with Frogs since our third episode back in March of 2020. And we have a theme song, which you may have heard at the beginning of this video, called The Riveter Groove, as composed by composer Cody Shields, who produced it for us. By our 10th episode, we had the theme song. And we had a Facebook channel. And we did this on Facebook Live for the first 5 years of the show. But recently, Facebook Live's been giving us all kinds of broadcasting issues. And then they started deleting shows after 30 days because they didn't want to keep 2-hour shows online or whatever else. So now, we've moved to YouTube Live because we want to keep the shows archived. Now, eventually, I will move to a streaming platform that allows me to multi-stream on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, probably Twitch, and Rumble. I'm not doing Instagram Live. Instagram Live is like this format. It's vertical, and I want to stay in the horizontal format. Make videos horizontal again. I don't particularly care for this narrow format. Especially, of course, when interviewing a guest, because in order to get us both in frame, we've got to back way up, and then we have all this space above and below our heads. It's just, not what we're looking for. It's okay when it's just me right now, but even so, there's all this space, and you're looking at my kilt. It's kind of weird. I like it when it's cut, right here. So my guest this week coming up, I mentioned, is my friend Igor, David Davis, who plays a large Russian vanguard commander on my Renaissance fair group, Planned Dark Sale. He's a big guy, very tall, does a good Russian accent, and plays a giant. Vanguard is the privateer equivalent of the Marines in the Navy. They're the fighters. They don't sail the ship. They don't swab the deck. They drill all day. The first one's over ship battle. First one's on the shore on a land campaign. They're the fighters, and he's the commander of all the fighters. So, he's also an extremely sweet, nice, wonderfully loving human being. He also runs at other fairs that Planned Dark Sale's not at. He runs a games booth with battle tops and tumbling dice and some other stuff, which is pretty cool too. Loves working with kids. Just a fantastic, wonderful human being. Very excited to have him back on the show. The last time he appeared on the show was about a year ago. He and his friend came on, and they were teaching me the finer points of pipe smoking. Now, I have a lot of pipes that I've collected over the years because I like smoking at the Renaissance fair. It's a more period than most cigars do. And I'm not very good at it. They were teaching me how to tamp the cigar down and light it and smoke it, and it was pretty cool. But he's not as fond of cigar smoking. I said, well, if you come back on the show, I'll smoke a pipe again. He said, you know what? Maybe I'll try a cigar this time. I think that's cool. So I'm hoping he will come on. He taught me pipe last time. I'll work with him on cigars this time, and we'll do something really nifty with that. So, pretty stoked. Then again, the following week, the show will be on Wednesday, not Tuesday. It will broadcast not here from the lounge, but from the Lord Puffer Cigar Lounge in Escondido. And we're hoping Stephanie, our producer, will actually be the guest. She'll be next to me on the couch or on the seats or how to set the camera up at the lounge. Because it's her birthday. She's going to dress up and look pretty. We're going to smoke cigars. And then we're going to have as many other guests as possible to hang out with us and be part of the show. And I've got to find a producer. I'm hoping one of our friends will produce the show that's really producing the show. We had a couple of producers in the past. I'm really hoping to have somebody produce the show and be the behind-the-scenes person, because we do have 2 segments on the show that we do every evening. If 40 minutes into the show, we do a challenge of some kind, and then the last 30 minutes we'll do a Mad Libs thing, and that's always a riot and tons of fun. And if you want to look some of those up, we've put some past Mad Libs of the show in the shorts section of our videos here on YouTube. So we'll check out some of the Mad Libs. We also do Holidays of the Day. As I mentioned, today's Goonies Day. We'll do a dad joke of the day or some kind of Sometimes they're dad jokes, sometimes they're crude jokes. I'm not gonna lie. The show's 21 plus, as we will smoke and drink on the show sometimes. So not for kids, motherfuckers. This show is not for children. Show get a little crude, especially with Mad Libs. When they say parts of the body, I think boobs is the number one answer, and gonads or balls is the second answer. So, you know, just prepare for stuff like that. But yeah, that's our gig. So I hope you guys will tune in and enjoy our show, because I'm actually very stoked to move to YouTube, because it feels more professional than Facebook. I did Facebook, it was during COVID, and it was the easiest thing to do, and it's easy to get the things out. But the truth is, less and less people use Facebook now, and almost everyone watches YouTube. And also, I wanted to archive. I want to keep these videos alive for you guys to go back and watch and laugh at and reference, because sometimes we'll have someone come on and talk about a bunch of neat stuff. Years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago now, I had a friend come on who wanted to open a cigar lounge. And we sat with him, myself and all the audience members, that are, a lot of you guys are cigar smokers. We pitched ideas to him. Would be a really cool idea, call it the Speakeasy Cigar Lounge, you know, a guy in a fedora with a smoky thing, and kind of give it that old vintage vibe. And we mentioned that, and we went over all these ideas, and he wrote some down and talked about it. But earlier this year, or maybe it was late last year, he called me up and said, hey, it's done. It's open in Long Beach, California, the Speakeasy Cigar Lounge. And anytime you guys want to come down, you're on the VIP guest list, just come down and be part of it, which I think is super cool. In fact, I designed the logo they're using. I did it up in Photoshop, and it was a mock-up, but they're like, no, we fucking love it. And for that, they didn't pay me because I was just a mock-up. They said, again, VIP access, you are a member of the lounge no matter what, anytime, bring your friends. So, in fact, we got to go do that sometime soon, and possibly broadcast from that lounge at some point in Long Beach, because hey, it's the first Smoking with Frogs designed cigar lounge by you, the audience, and me. So, how motherfucking cool is that? Exposed brick walls, I believe they have, and things just kind of like what we have on our set, which is just super cool. Obviously, this one's not exactly real brick, but, you know, we do what we can. We do our custom, I don't know if you can read the sign with this low definition of phone camera, but it does say the Riveter Cigar Lounge. And the colors change on that. I can change it to red for the Halloween season and blinking colored lights for Christmas, and it's just kind of cool. So, this is the all-new Riveter Lounge. The original Riveter Lounge was previously in Colton, California. We've been on, I think, 5 different sets now over the past 5 years, because I keep moving. But the last couple of years, last 3 years, was actually in Colton, California. But we moved that whole set over here. It's a little gazebo type thing. Actually, this one's an easy up temporary. We're getting a new gazebo soon, a big wooden one that'll be much more weather resistant. But the couch has remained the same in the last few years. Since we moved from Corona, California to Colton, we've had this white couch. And the backdrop changes. It's usually brick during the regular season, but I put a Halloween backdrop up and put Christmas backdrops up. You know, because it's fun. And I like changing things now and again. If you're wondering about all the pictures that we put up for these episodes, like last week I had an archer friend of mine from Historic Event Productions and Raven Archery on the show. So you saw the frog with the bow and arrow in medieval clothes. This week, because David's going to be on the show, I did a frog in traditional Russian dress smoking a pipe. You'll notice they're on the same white couch with a brick backdrop. I use an AI generator that I pay for to do that. Actually, I get free credits because I do their contests and stuff. But anyhow, it's called Night Cafe Studios. When you want to make your own cool generated AI pictures like that, you can do that on Night Cafe. It's an app on your phone or a website you can go to. and it's pretty neat. And like I said, you can do it for free if you play the game right and log in daily to get your daily. You get 5 credits every day, and it's only 1 credit per photo, unless you want to do special stuff. I do extra long render times, and I do 4 at a time, so I can pick my favorite one, which costs more credits, but I've got over 1,000 now, so it doesn't really affect me any. But yeah, that's what the artwork is, and that's why you always see the white couch, the brick backdrop. It's kind of a fun thing that I do. So, yeah, that's the show in a nutshell. And again, my name is Richard Rasner. I am your host most weeks. Occasionally, because my health is not the best, I've been in the hospital for a couple months at a time, and I'll have guest hosts come in or guest producers. But generally speaking, it's me every single Tuesday night. My wife, producer Steph, we call her, is behind the camera. She fields your questions. She reads your comments, because I can't even. I mean, it looks like there's stuff on my screen right now. It's live now, and looks like maybe somebody logged in, but I'm damn near blind. I have visual acuity issues these days as I got older. So, yeah, I'll be 50 this year. Right? That's not the reason I'm blind. I'm blind because of my diabetes. But anyway, I can't always read the comments, but she'll read the comments. She'll field them. She'll read them out live on the air. Especially if you have questions for the guests, she likes to, field those and read them out. And she does the challenge every week. I don't even know what it's going to be. So it's a trivia challenge, or a drawing challenge, or a spelling, whatever. She does. Sometimes the physical challenge. We actually have to do like games and stuff and put puzzles together and all that. And it's called Producer Steph's Weekly Challenge, and that's a cool thing we do on the show. And so she is the heart and soul and backbone of this show. I started the show as kind of a one-off thing in that one March, and then I did it every week, and she stepped in immediately to help me produce it and feel. We used to call her showrunner Steph? No, we called her. She had to her name besides Producer Steph. We immediately promoted her producer after a while and started calling her Producer Steph. She's what runs and makes this show happen. I just look pretty and ask questions. Turns out I'm pretty good at this talk show host thing. I didn't think I would be. I never had any desire to be a talk show host of any kind. But it turns out it was really good for me during the times I wasn't able to gig and go out and entertain and act during COVID, and I just stuck with it. I know a lot of people that started COVID podcasts and stuff. They didn't last past a few months. This one's lasted over 5 years now. Currently in our 6th year. So this episode coming up will be 276. We've never missed a single week since we started. It's been a weekly show since March 2nd of 2020. So episode 276 is coming up this Tuesday. And I really hope you'll join us for that, because it should be a fun episode. Like I said, Igor's a fun guy. He's always got good stories to tell. We always tell fair stories back and forth. It's a good time. Just a couple friends shooting the shit on a couch, smoking cigars together, and you can manipulate the conversation however you want. You can ask us our favorite Marvel movie. You can ask us, if you were a bird, what would you be? It's all up to you guys, the guests. That's what you're there for, is to shape the conversation and help us move along in the story. So I really hope you'll tune in and participate. While we're on YouTube Live, there's a live chat function. You can see the live comments going up as the show is happening, and those later get archived into the regular comments section. Which you can also, if you happen to catch any of our shows or this live stream later, and you didn't see it live, but you want to comment. I'll see them, and I'll forward them to the guest if they're, if they don't check it themselves. I'll write the guest and go, hey, someone want to know why you chose the eagle as your favorite bird, because you didn't tell us why, and they want to know. Or somebody want to know what your favorite makeup brand is as a makeup artist, because it was not brought up on the show, and they're looking to get into the genre, and they want to know what you use. So that's a thing that you can do. Live, or later in the week, or months from now. If you're going back in our back catalog, just watching these for shits and giggles to kill time, or you want background noise, and you're like, oh fuck, I wonder if this ever came up or whatever. You check the comments, it's not there, and you want to comment? Fucking comment. We're here for you. The show, I joke every week that if nobody tunes in and it's just me sitting with a friend and shooting the shit for 2 hours, I'm cool with that. Because I do it anyhow. Cameras rolling or not, it's a good weekly thing for me to socialize and enjoy time with my friends. And sometimes complete strangers. I've guests on that I've never met before that either my wife brought on or messaged me and said, I want to be on your show. And I've made some very close friends that way. People like Danny Skoretz or Macon or Joseph Scott, who I barely knew when he came on the show, have now become what I consider friends outside of the show as well. And I love these people. But it's more fun, obviously, when you guys interact with us and you tune in and you become a part of this show. Because it's an interactive show. That's the point of being live. Sure, I could film it and then go back and edit it and make it all slick and cut out if there's any lulls. There usually never a lull in the conversation because I talk way too much, as you can tell by this now half-hour monologue I've been doing. But, I could edit it and make it fancy and change camera angles and zoom in on people, but that's There's a lot of podcasts that do that, and that's not my thing. My thing is live, Ask Me Anything talk show. That's my niche. Ask Me Anything show with challenges and a Mad Libs and whatever else you guys, the audience, throw at us. And that's what I like. I like that unique interaction is what makes, in my opinion, this show different from almost any other show. I don't see a lot of live podcasts. Most podcasts are pre-recorded. And I love them. There's a bunch I listen to, and either just the audio or this couple that I tune into live and watch. And there are some cigar shows where they do, sometimes they go live, but usually it's just a pre-recorded thing. That's cool. But this is my jam. This is what I do. And hopefully you want to be a part of it and you want to come in and join us for that. So, yeah. Just take a drink of my iced tea here. I'm not a big alcohol drinker. Every once in a while we will do a show on alcohol. We've done a whiskey show. And coming up, we're going to be doing a Scotch episode where they're going to feed me different Scotches and watch me make this face. Because I'm not a big Scotch fan. But we do definitely do different shows on things like that. And we'll pick, we've done shows based on holidays. This month, of course, it's Pride Month. Now, last year, on the first week of Pride Month, I did do a Pride show. I didn't do one this year. But next week is Stephanie's birthday, like I mentioned. And she is pansexual. Most of our friends are somewhere either in the LGBTQ thing or polyamorous. I'm polyamorous. My wife and I are poly. We have a lot of friends that are poly. In fact, we did the 250th episode or episode 260, which was our 5-year anniversary show. Everyone there, it's 12 people. One couple was monogamous, and everybody else there was some type of polyamorous type person, which was kind of fun. We joked that they were the minority and we were the majority at that point. In fact, every Valentine's Day episode, whenever it's the closest episode of Valentine's Day, we do a polyamory episode where you can, again, ask those questions, your burning questions about polyamory. Don't you ever get jealous? What's it like when your wife has a boyfriend or a girlfriend? In the case of my wife, who has usually a few. Not right now, but sometimes. Do your partners get along? Do you get along with your partner's partner? Things like that. You want to ask those questions, we'll answer them for you. We'll actually answer those on any show, but we do a special polyamory show every year on Valentine's Day. And probably 2 weeks from now on Wednesday, we will mention, I'm sure, Pride will come up because it is Pride Month. In fact, all this month, our Mad Libs are out of a Pride. There's actually a Mad Libs Pride Mad Libs book. I thought it was interesting because Mad Libs are usually aimed at kids, but we were gifted 6 or 7 Mad Libs books this Christmas by our friend Angela, and one of those books was one on Pride, which we did this last week's show. We did one on Pride. I'm sure we'll do one tomorrow, or Wednesday night as well. Tuesday night, rather, coming up with David. David is also in a polyamorous marriage, And so, yeah, we'll be talking stuff like that probably all this month because it is Pride Month. It is also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I don't want to overlook that because I suffer from mental health issues. I know a lot of gentlemen do. And I don't want to overlook that it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month as well. Because it's important. In fact, as I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, this show kept me from going absolutely stir crazy during COVID. Because I'm an entertainer, I'm an actor. I like to be in front of crowds, live crowds especially, because I do the Renaissance fairs. But also I do a lot of TV shows and movies and commercials and things like that with my pirate group, and also as a stunt coordinator, I work on a lot of films. I've been a stunt man as well most of my life. Most recently, I was a stunt man in a film called Showerhead, which filmed last September. And I recently stunt coordinator for a film called The Mark Morrissey, which filmed a few months later. When did that film? That filmed this year. That filmed earlier this year. Anyhow, this show kept my mental health intact and still does to this day because I don't drive anymore. As I mentioned, I get dizzy spells and my eyesight's not great. So I'm isolated. I'm home a lot. Well, my wife is at work. She works 10-hour days, so I'm home for 12 hours a day by myself. And that's pretty much all week. I don't really go anywhere, and especially during the summer right now, there's not a lot of Renaissance fairs going on. I don't go anywhere. I was going to actually go to the Kronenberg Renaissance Fair today, but I was feeling too dizzy, so she went on her own, and I stayed home. And so having a show every single week where I interact with somebody, a guest, that I get to talk to and hang out with for a couple of hours and just shoot the shit with, that means so much to my mental health. And so it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as Pride Month. Of course, Juneteenth is in the middle of the month, which is Emancipation Proclamation and all that. So keep all those holidays in mind. It's not just, it's not just Pride Month, although obviously Pride is very important. Every week on the show, I do mention the daily holidays, and they're sometimes fun, like today, you mentioned it's Goonies Day. Sometimes they're silly. It's, Goat Owners Awareness Month or Awareness Day or something, or, Stand Your Ground Day or Be Silly Day. There's a lot of weird ones that come out. And I like to read through them, and we comment on them, and sometimes we poke fun at them, but most of the time, we're serious about them because someone's gone with the trouble to make a daily holiday, a national holiday, a world holiday, World Spay and Neuter Your Pet Day or whatever. And if it's an important cause to somebody, it's important that we mention it to you so you can maybe be aware of those subjects too. So I guess this show has some social activism in it, but it's not a political show. We don't mention politics. We don't mention religion. I guess the closest lifestyle thing we talk about is polyamory for the most part. And of course, cigar smoking and its effects, both good and bad, and things like that. But usually, we just chill. We hang out and we share stories on the set, stories of famous celebrities. My brother, who's a very world famous magician and comedian, came on the show a few months ago and talked about hanging out with Jim Carrey and Bill Burr, and he talked about stories from the sets of The Cable Guy and Man on the Moon and other movies he's been in, which is a lot. He was in Casper, he was in a bunch of other stuff. I've been in Pirates of the Caribbean, Master and Commander, Assassin's Creed. We talk about stories from the sets, actors we've met, people we like or dislike. I've also, as a photographer, worked for Universal Records for several years, shooting live music. So I've met Billy Idol and Aerosmith and Hollywood Undead and Avenged Sevenfold. And gosh, if they've toured in the last 10 years, I probably met them and taken a picture and hung out with them. The Goo Goo Dolls. And I have stories about all of them because I love telling stories. And most of these are really down-to-earth people. There's only been maybe 2 or 3 people in my career that I've met that were rude and standoffish that I didn't like. And I've talked about them on the show before. My brother talked about some of his as well when he was on the show. It was interesting. It's getting kind of dark. I know I'm kind of backlit here. I have overhead lights, but I didn't turn them on like you might hear it's still daylight. And you know what? I'm running low on the cigar, so I'm gonna cut this film, this thing, pretty soon. But hopefully, you can still see me. It looks like the camera's trying to adjust. I do this, and it gets darker and lighter as I get near the camera. It's trying to negotiate the changing light. It's compensating as my phone does. And I know my camera's a little scratched. I know this is not the sharpest quality content, but the camera we use to broadcast the show is a 4K Ultra HD super camera. It's really nice, very expensive, and it's very sharp. It has a much broader field of view, and it's quite nice. So don't worry, it's not always the shitty quality. Only when I left my own devices. Let's see, has anyone left a comment that I can see on here? Looks like maybe people watched and tuned in. Oh wait, yeah, here's a comment. Let me get my face all up in my phone here. You're still here. You still have much to live for. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can't exactly see who said that, but I appreciate you saying it. Somebody else said it's too late. The same person maybe. I can't read. Somebody else said hi. Hi everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I can't really read your comments because they're like this big on my phone, and I'm all the way back here with bad eyesight. But hi, and I appreciate you tuning in and being part of just me rambling for the past half hour, however long I've been on here now. Looks like, gosh, 45 minutes almost been on here. This won't last more than an hour total, and even then I'm not even sure. I'm just like I said, I'm almost done with the cigar. Again, the cigar I'm smoking is a warped Corojo Maduro with a San Andreas wrapper from BL Luxuries, which is, by the way, my favorite sponsor of all my sponsors. Don't tell anybody else I said that, because well, that's not true. I love Excalibur Lounge. I love Lord Puffer's Lounge. I love Money Up Lighters. I love Cigar Dagger. But BL Luxuries is a cigar of the month club I signed up for back in October of 2020, and after a while, because I always talk about them on the show for free, I just happen to love their thing. They now send me a box free every month. I don't pay for it, but it's only $30 a month. You get 4 to 5 cigars every month, and it's what they call their blue collar cigars, which means most of the cigars. This one's $15, just a little pricey for a cigar, and they actually put 2 $18 cigars in this one. Most of their cigars run $8 to $10, and they're cigars that if you want to buy again, you can. It's not like when you join the Ezra Zion Club or the Rare Cigar of the Month Club, where you get a cigar that's amazing, but then you can't ever get your hands on them again because they're so rare. If I want to order more of these, I just order a box or a 4-pack or a 5-pack or whatever, or singles, which they have on their website, blluxuries.com. It's a Harrisburg Beer and Cigars out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, run by a guy named James Garcia, who has very similar taste than I do in cigars. This is why I love their cigar. Their stuff is always so good. I've maybe gotten 2 cigars in 5 years out of them that I didn't particularly enjoy, but even the ones I'm not in love with, I don't hate. They were just kind of meh. This one, however, is fantastic. I do love a good Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It's a dark Maduro wrapper grown in, obviously, Mexico. The rest of the cigar is Nicaraguan, I believe, and it's a Corojo binder and filler, and it's delicious. It's not peppery. It's pretty strong, which I like a good strong cigar. I mentioned my brother, by the way. He's a world famous musician and traveling. He's currently in Nice, France, and he picked me up some French cigarellos. There's a French cigar company, but he couldn't find a cigar there, but he picked up some cigarellos, a couple pack cigarellos. Once he's on his way to Greece and then Turkey. When he's from Turkey, he's going to fly home, and he'll mail them when he gets back home to Florida, or Georgia is where he lives. And he'll mail me those French cigarellos. And so I probably won't sell on the show because they're small, but maybe I'll do a live review like this. We'll get on and I'll talk about French grown tobacco grown entirely. These cigarellos are grown entirely in France. They're grown and rolled in France. And I think that's pretty cool. 1, I play Frenchman at Fair, which I think is cool. And 2, I try cigars from all around the world. I'm still trying to get my hands on Japanese cigars. My brother's in Japan recently and couldn't find them. I have another friend in Okinawa right now. I gotta message him and go, hey, can you find me a Hamlet cigar from Japan? Because I really want to get my hands on those. But I love, when he was in Hawaii, he brought me back some Hawaii cigars from Lanai, the island of Lanai, which they grow the tobacco there in Hawaii. Ship it to Nicaragua, have it rolled there, then sent back. But it's Hawaiian grown tobacco, and I love it. So that was really unique and original. I enjoyed those a lot, and I love trying cigars from all over the world. And so yeah, that'll be coming up too. I'll mention those when they come in finally, probably about a month from now. So yeah, I think I'm just about out of the cigar. Looks like I've smoked through most of it. This show's been going on now for over 45 minutes. So there's that. Looks like I bet producer Steph will be here pretty soon, and I want to have dinner with her and hang out with her tonight. So I will let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for left comments. I appreciate all your love and support. And please tune in this Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time for our 276th episode ever of Smoking with the Frog. We'll be live here on YouTube. And if you're here on the channel, please subscribe. Please, if you want to go to the live section under our videos and click, you'll see it says upcoming for the video. And you can click notify me when it goes live, and the little notification button, little bell. Ring that bell for notifications so you'll know when we go live, and especially when we go live this week on the show. And I hope to see you guys there, and I hope to hear you comment and interact with us, because producer Stuff will either read the comments, unlike me, and that'll be great. Have a great night. You know what? In case you haven't heard it and you just tuned in, I'm going to play the theme song for you one more time. I love our theme song by composer Cody Shields. So watch this. Alexa, ask my pod to play my theme song playlist.
Playing Smoking with Frogs theme.
Alexa, increase volume. It's a jazzy piece, and I hope you enjoy as much as I do. I'm going to let it play us out. When it's over, I'll end the stream. Thank you for joining me. Sorry it got so dark here towards the end, because, well, it's getting dark outside. But, yeah. Oh, that's Billy Bones. He's always in the set with me. William, his name is. We call him Billy Bones. You'll see him and our guest, Igor, a.k.a. David Davis, this week on Smoking with Frogs live right here on YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. Now I gotta figure out how we end the live stream. I don't even know where the button is. Can you believe it? Where's the end live stream? This is fun. You guys to watch me look at my phone. Okay, I see camera. I see fun things. Oh, got some more light there. That was nice. 2 likes. 0 people watching right now. Good, because then you can not make fun of me as much. I'm going to try and end the show. No? There we go. End live stream. Bye, everybody.